Hello guys and welcome to this amazing first video of mine. I was a bit bored, so I decided to tell a backstory of Yuki. So sit back, relax and just listen. So just like a good night story. But before we start, I would like if you guys would leave a like on this video and subscribe and maybe leave a comment at the end of the vid. Thank you. I will also add some background music, so yeah. Where am I? Yuki asked herself. She found herself lost in the woods. I can't remember anything. She tried to find out where she was, but all she felt was grass, sticks, and wood. Since she was blind, it was difficult for her to find a way out. She tried to scream for help, but nobody heard her or she didn't hear anything. All she heard was herself making the noise while she was stepping on the sticks and leaves. Please someone help me. Yuki felt desperate and she was starting to get very hungry. She was just 9 years old and couldn't do anything. She didn't even know how to hunt. She was blind and she couldn't do anything at the moment. She hoped that somebody would hear her scream and that somebody would finally help her. She hoped and hoped for 2 days. After the third day, when she woke up, she felt she wasn't on grass anymore. She wasn't laying on those uncomfortable sticks. She heard voices. She heard kids' voices and parents' voices. She heard the birds. She then heard steps coming closer. Yuki smelled food. The person who came closer to Yuki put a steak on in front of her. The person then started petting her softly and calmly while Yuki was eating the steak. We saw you out there and your beautiful marks, and you were hurt, so we took you here to our place. I hope that's okay. Yuki felt happy. Finally, someone found her. You must be a very young wolf, aren't you? Yuki felt her hand on her paw. Yuki then started licking that hand as a yes. Do you want me to introduce you to my kids? Yuki licked again her hand. Alright, I will bring them to you. Please don't stand up, cause your leg is hurt. Yuki waited until she was back with the kids. Mommy, why does she have so weird colored spots? Darling, don't ask such rude questions. Can I pet her? Of course, but go softly on her. Yuki felt that these little two kids were petting her softly and calmly. She felt very safe around them. The family took care of her. Even though she had those weird colored spots on her fur, nobody mattered about it. What the family didn't know that Yuki could actually talk to them, but she kept it a secret. She didn't want them to find out about her magical powers. Her teacher back then taught her how to transform into a human wolf and how to use her powers correctly. She knows how to defend herself when someone attacks her. The family took care of her for many years. But when the family was out of the house and she was all alone, she tried to train her powers. Even though she was blind, she could hear very well. She knows which person comes into the room. One day when the family took into the woods a walk with her, she noticed something strange. They weren't walking the way they were usually going, and the kids weren't with them. But Yuki, since she was 14 years old, she just decided to not bother about it and to trust her parents. After a while, they arrived at a house. It was a strange house, cause Yuki never was in it. Yuki was a bit suspicious about it, but she still decided to not bother about it and still trust her parents. Hey my little fella, are you hungry? The voice sounded very familiar to Yuki. Okay guys, this is part 1 of Yuki's backstory. I will post a part 2 when I can, cause I don't have much time anymore. So yeah, part 2 will come soon, and if that's done I will put it together so you guys can hear it as a full story.